If you're a couple, oh my goodness. I like one a whole lot, you like one a whole lot, and we just stuck. How we do that tiebreaker is we just say, well, then these ain't it.
You're damn right.
Hey y'all, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. With us today. I'm Shantae, and this is Tech Tips. So today we're gonna give you the pros, the cons, and some tips to living in your fixer-upper while you're doing all your renovations and fixing things up. Now we're not here to tell you if you should or should not get a fixer-upper. We're just here to give you some advice, share our experiences. Hopefully that will help you to decide. So let's get started. And don't forget to comment and let us know of your own fixer-upper or renovation stories. We would love to hear them. So today as my guest, I got my hubby here, Terrence Tutt, and he's going to assist me doing this video.
Yep, I sure am.
So we're specifically discussing, just to reiterate, living in a fixer-upper while you're doing your renovations. Not staying at a hotel or at a relative's home, but living in it during all the renovations and things like that. Because it's totally different. It's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So our first tip is, let's see. Lord.
Who?
We recommend one project at a time to protect your sanity, and maybe you can get away with two, depending on
Depends on how big the project is.
Yeah.
Maybe one big project and one small project, or maybe two smaller projects.
Yeah.
But if it's a huge project, I say just stick to one thing and get it done and move on with your life.
You can trust us, y'all.
Trying to tell you.
Finish before you start the next one. So this can help avoid having a bunch of unfinished projects and just crap everywhere in your house, okay? Because whenever you do a renovation, there's going to be a lot of crap. It's going to mess up the flow of things.
Yeah.
All right, so the next tip is if you're a couple, oh my goodness. You have to figure out ahead of time, y'all, ahead of time. This will save y'all a lot of arguments and disagreements. But find out ahead of time how to handle decisions. So you got to come up with your own game plan and deal breakers. You know, tie breakers.
Right.
All right, so an example. Figuring out what project we're going to work on next. So one of ours was, well, we had a lot of projects.
Right.
We had a lot of not construction, but
construction.
Yeah. So you have to figure out, so say our list was the counters, the floors, painting, and whatever else. He might want to do the floors first. I might want to paint first, or work on the bathroom first, or kitchen. You get the point.
Right.
So what we did was, what we do?
I don't know. We just discussed what the plan was going to be.
We got our list together
of what's the priorities.
Right.
Prioritize everything. And if both of you want to do something different, sometimes the type of work that you're going to be doing is going to depend on what you're actually going to be doing. Like if you're going to be doing the walls or trim or any of that stuff, sometimes it makes more sense to wait to do the floors before you do that. So priority and what makes the most, most sense or whatever. Just discussing that stuff before you don't just say, yep, we're going to do the bathroom. And y'all ain't talked about the bathroom. Y'all ain't worked out no situations. Y'all ain't talked about it at all. And then once you start, all hell break loose.
This is what I meant. We did have something where we had 3. Oh, that was when, like, the beginning of every week or after a project, I put 3 things on the list. Maybe it was some of mine, some of yours, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we just discussed what should go in what order.
Right.
Like that. And if we're out, say we're both out, we're shopping for our new countertops, and I like one a whole lot, he like one a whole lot, and we just stuck. How we do that tiebreaker is we just say, well, then these ain't it.
You damn right.
These ain't gonna work because it gotta be something we both gonna want and like. So we just keep looking until it's something that we both, we own it. We both agree.
When we both see it, we both are like, that's the one.
Yeah.
When we find that, we know that that's the one.
Yeah. So, because at first it was kind of like, what?
Compromise.
This food. Okay. And then we was like, look, let's sit down. Okay, we need to discuss this. How are we gonna break this kind of thing?
Right.
All right. So that's an example. Figure out how y'all gonna handle y'all disputes, or when y'all butt heads, or picking out colors and all that.
Patience is a virtue. Just throw that in there.
Yes, patience. Okay, so a pro is that you get to customize your home, meaning you have the freedom to do whatever you want, and that especially go for us because we have no HOA.
Correct.
So what else? Yeah, so like, okay, so if you find this nice new home, it's not a fixer-upper, everything's already done, and you like the floors, but you don't love the floors. Well, you're not going to spend a whole bunch of money. Most of the time, a lot of people don't. Some people got it like that, but sometimes people just like, look, we can live with this. But if you have a fixer-upper, you got to replace the floors anyway. If that's one of the things, most likely it's always floors and a fixer-upper.
Right.
So you get to right off the bat, customize and get the ones you love.
Right.
What's another example I'm trying to think?
Everything.
Just everything, yeah. You can just customize.
Customize everything. You get to pick what you want instead of it just being okay.
Yeah.
If you move into a brand new house, or even some of the houses that
you get to kind of customize.
Well, yeah, even if you're having a house built,
mm-hmm.
A lot of the times you're gonna only have choices.
Yeah, catalog.
Right. You're gonna have choices of things from the builder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if you really don't like any of those choices? You just kind of got to pick the best choice that they have that you like the most, but that's not really customized.
Mm-hmm.
You just, had a few choices other than just whatever whatever is there when you move in.
So another point I want to make too about that is when you're doing it this route and not the new house route, you get to pick who you work with everything. So if it's not just one contractor, maybe that contractor you like him best for one thing, but not the other stuff, well, you just hire him for that one thing. Then you get to go out here, shop around and get the next contractor or person for that project and a different project. Everything it's just more freedom.
Yeah, you got it, babe.
Thank you, darling. All right, so another con to living in your fixer-upper is it's a construction zone. We already kind of touched on this, but there was one time, okay, we're working on the master bedroom, we had to stay in our son's room. So that's another video. You got boys, okay. What's another? Basically it's just you living in a construction zone. There's always going to be something going on. So your house is not going to be all together all the time. Once you start working on something in the dining room, you're going to be passing that area, or in the bathroom, you might have to use the guest bathroom because something's being done in the master bathroom.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's just be prepared, have your patience, remember your why, meditate if you meditate. Get out the house if you need to get out the house, because you just tired of the craziness. Go on date night. If you single, go treat yourself. Hang out with your friends, your girlfriends, whatever you do. Y'all need to find something to do. Get out the house.
Yep.
Until you can fix it. Oh my goodness. Okay. This next one. This next one is another con, y'all. I know it's back-to-back cons, but this one right here is really something everybody cannot deal with. So it's not a turnkey. It's not ready to live in. And most of the time when you get a fixer-upper, if it's a real fixer-upper, you got to live with looking at that crap every day. One of the things we still ain't fixed yet is these doors in this house. Okay? Can you see our bedroom door through the footage?
No.
No? Okay. It's old raggedy door with the old gold. Is that gold or brass? Whatever handle.
Oh,
Yo.
that's brass.
All these dang doors in here are like, they're not just the hardware is brass. The doors are very raggedy. So we've been, prioritizing. So that ain't been on the top of the list. We have fixed some of the doors. But so you just got to get used to every day you're going to walk by a spot and you just going to like, it's just going to get on your nerve. Don't let it ruin your whole day. It's hard for us. I think it's harder on us females than men. You think that's true? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I guess okay. Well, I was about to say it depends on the type of men, but yeah, because we like to have stuff looking clean and it's right, y'all. But it's a lot of things. And the more stuff you get, the better. The more stuff you get fixed, the better it gets. But I'm just saying, that was something that irked me every day. Just looking at so much stuff that needs to be done. You got to be strong for this, y'all. You got to be strong. Okay.
You got to be ready.
Yeah, got to be ready. All right, what's the next thing? I need to move a little bit. My feet.
You okay? You all right?
Darling, it's just my feet. You know, sit in that one position for so dang long. Oh.
Oh, Lord.
That ain't gonna look right on camera. Okay, this is better. All right, this could be a pro or con. So you need to pay attention to your budget and be prepared for the unexpected. You got an example for us, babe?
Yeah.
We got a lot of those examples.
That's what I'm like. Yeah, we got examples. But which one in particular?
That French drain. The water. So we were going to update the, we were just moving something in the bedroom and it was a water leak.
Yeah.
And found out we had to do a French drain.
Yeah.
Before we can do, I don't know what we were planning on doing, the counters or bathroom, something. But we had to get that done. So prepare for the unexpected.
Yeah, anything can happen. Once you start to open up walls.
That's going to be on another one.
Okay.
This
My bad.
Okay.
Okay. Prepare for the unexpected. Anything can happen. You don't know what's going on in here until you know what's going on.
Right. The whole point of this one was you just got to pay attention to your budget. Now, some people out there are more fortunate where they not, because you can end up spending more and you at the end regret, like, I should have just bought a new house. So you got to make sure you don't go overboard on materials and projects and things like that. And you just keep an eye out on stuff.
Right.
Because next thing you know, you can't do another project until a year later. Because you went crazy on your last project.
Yeah.
Like that was the only thing you had to do in the house.
Yeah. You done spent all your money on
Pay
a gold
attention to your
toilet
budget,
seat.
y'all. Pay attention to your budget.
You done bought a gold toilet seat. Now you broke.
You don't need no gold toilet seat. Okay, so this next one is a tip. When you add a standstill, this is one of my favorite tips on here too. When you're at a standstill for whatever reason and you can't do a project or whatever, you got to wait to save up your money for the next project. You're somebody in the house sick, so you don't have time or whatever the reason. A hurricane, that was one. What some reasons why we had to, we came to a standstill. Money, natural disaster, hurricane.
Yeah.
You have to leave out of town to visit family for some emergency or something like that. Mm-hmm. Whatever the case may be.
You got visitors.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not trying to do work while you got visitors.
Yeah. You want to work on something smaller to keep the excitement going. So if you're antsy during this time, so you're at home and you can be doing something, but you don't have the money. So my tip is to find something smaller that's going to be much lighter on your budget to work on in the meantime. So you can pick any little corner in your house. It could have been just like a corner like this. It could be your under the sink in the kitchen or your bathrooms. something that you can just go to the dollar store and just make better in your house. Your closet, organization, clearing some stuff out, getting rid of stuff. Just getting, maybe you don't have money for a big project, but you have money to get new towels and washcloths for your bathroom, something like that. Just something, you can always find something that's on a smaller scale that's not going to hurt the budget. Work on some way of improving your home so you can feel like you're still doing something.
Yep. Good job, man.
You're welcome, Don. All right, so a fixer-upper pro is you have time to live in the home and make your decisions. Why can't I say decisions? So
get it together, Tips.
You have time to actually live in the house to make your decisions before you commit to a project. So you have all these ideas before you live in it, but once you live in it, it's like, this might not work, this ain't gonna work, this would be better. Right. And if you didn't have that option, you come in here, everything's already done and been committed to, and you're like, why I decide this? So you might end up spending more money on something to change it because you're like, this just ain't gonna work. It was cute in there on HGTV or on my Pinterest board or whatever, but it's not gonna work for my house and my needs.
Right.
So that's a pro.
Right.
I'm trying to think of an example.
So before we bought the house, when we were still looking at it, we were talking about opening this wall. This is the kitchen right behind this wall right here. So when we were looking at the house, we thought about opening this, just getting rid of this whole wall, or opening like a big spot, or even putting a doorway in this wall. And then once we actually lived here, we were like, that was the dumbest we ever thought.
And that would cost us a lot of money too.
Yes, it would.
To do that.
And that wasn't going to work out at all.
We love having the living room not open concept.
Right.
Having the wall here, and it just worked out best for us as we lived in it. We was like, no, we need this like this.
Yeah, and we really, really thought that we wanted that open.
Majority projects take longer than expected because of unforeseen issues. Something always goes wrong. Example, the weather.
Yeah. And
it could be something as simple as you heading to Lowe's or Home Depot and they not having what you need.
Yeah.
It could be something as simple as ordering something offline and they sending you the wrong stuff.
Or some back order.
The parts are missing, they send you the right stuff, but it might be one or two type of screws missing, or you need a tool that you don't have.
And then you need to go buy a tool, so now you're spending more money that wasn't really in the budget, or you rent a tool. Well, if you go rent a tool, they may not have the tool, so it's a lot of things that could happen to make the projects a lot longer than they should take.
Yep, almost every single project is always something.
And
no matter how little or big it is.
And if you hire a contractor for that particular thing, then that means you're on contractor time.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I don't know how many of y'all have ever worked with a contractor on certain things.
They talk about our time.
They do whatever they don't do.
They need to talk about contractor time. They be talking about us folks' time. That's a whole nother animal. Contractor time. That's worse. Lord of mercy. Okay. The next one, a pro. So when you get a fixer up, of course you get it at a lower price. You get it at a lower purchase price. Down payment is normally lower. It's less competition and requirements and
all that price. That's what I'm talking about. Price.
All right, another pro. You know what? Okay, come on. Get back to work. All right, another tip. If you're a couple and you already going through some stuff, okay, y'all gonna need to think twice. Okay? Look, everybody go through stuff. I'm just saying, y'all need to think twice before you decide on getting a fixer-upper. What's like the number, like top 3 or 5 things of getting a divorce? Isn't one like moving and home renovations? And home renovations in there?
Money.
I'm making shit. I'm making stuff up.
Moving. Which, if you moving into a fixer-upper, I mean, that's, you got moving and the fact that it's a fixer-upper all in one.
Mm-hmm.
And money.
Gonna have a lot of money discussions and things like that. Okay, moving, we all know that's stressful.
Mm-hmm.
What else you had said? Money, moving.
Money.
Whatever, y'all get the point.
And
rethink.
Change your career or something like that.
Yeah, we were doing all that.
Yeah.
Because you
retired.
This is where we
Moving.
picked the move. We moved here
from Wyoming.
Yeah.
At that, so not even just moving into a new another house.
Carolina.
We moved states.
Mm-hmm.
I retired.
Yeah, added on.
So all of that is stress.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're already having a rough go of things in your relationship,
think about it. Think about it.
You might want to just wait till you get yourself together as a couple before you know you do all that.
Now,
maybe one thing at a time.
We ain't saying if you have just a normal, healthy, even if it's a little bit more. Like just saying don't do it. You saying just don't do it. I'm saying just think about it.
I'm saying if you're having a rough go already. As a couple, if you're already having a rough, your relationship is already rocky. I ain't talking about just normal healthy, relationship problems, little arguments or whatever, any relationship stuff. I'm talking about if you having a rough go. Then this, you might want to just hold off a little bit.
Examples like,
because this ain't gonna help.
Anything that you constitute as whatever it is that's giving y'all a hard time, do not add living, especially living in the fixer-upper.
Right.
On top of all that, okay?
Right.
Make sure y'all share y'all fixer-upper stories or renovation stories with us and comment below, because we would love to hear y'all's thoughts or any questions you may have for us. We want to hear about it. Do you regret living in a fixer-upper?
No, not at all.
Are you sure?
Because it's getting to the way I want it to be. And it ain't costing me an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
And my mortgage ain't that high.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous. I don't regret it at all. Some of these tips, you know what? Some of these tips that we gave y'all we didn't have all this together before we moved in here. It was trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't regret it at all. Some of them we had together, some of them we didn't. I don't regret it at all. Like I said, every time something get done, I'm excited, and we're finally to the point where I'm seeing our vision come together. Y'all need to check out what the house looked like. I have a video uploaded of what the house looked like before when we purchased it, so you can see what kind of state it was in. And then of course I always post videos every time we do little upgrades here and there. Some of the upgrades, most of them.
Some of that stuff is a pain in the ass stuff. But no, I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, I don't regret it at all.
I'm liking what's happening around here.
Me too, darling. Me too, darling. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully we'll see y'all in the next video.
Yeah, Tut Tips.
Tut Tips.
Tut Tips.
You know what?
Wrap it up, sir.
I think that's everything, King Tut.
Word?
Yes, babe. You did a fabulous job.
My man.
Good job, Dad.